recording. Screen capture videos allow you to record whatever's on the screen. You can see that on YouTube, or you can put it on your own site. Anyway, you'll notice right there on the home page there's 3 buttons. There's an SEO button, a web design button, and a page 1 results button. The idea behind these is to get people to get involved in the site. You don't want to have too much information on your home page, otherwise they'll leave the site within seconds and they won't learn more about you. The more time they spend on the site, the more likely they are to contact you. At that point, it's up to you and your ability to turn that call into a customer. I'm clicking on the SEO page. Okay, there's a lot of information about SEO. The first thing it stands for is search engine optimization. What that means is it's not related to those pay-per-click ads. You can call up Google right now and you can say, hey, I got $500 I want to spend on Google. They're going to spend your money. Okay? What search engine optimization does is we try to get you ranked high organically. Okay? There's the sponsored links and then there's the organic section. The organic section gets a lot more traffic because people trust Google. They believe that if they run a search and you come back at number 1 or you come back on the first page, you are relevant to the search. How often do you guys go to the second page? Are you more likely to do a new search than go to the second page? Okay. There's a lot of different combinations though on how you guys could search. Everybody who is searching for one of your businesses may search it completely different. And that's what we try to do. We try to work out all the different potential combinations that somebody may look at. The page I always like to focus on when it comes to bringing people to the site is the page 1 results page. Okay, now this is 100% focused on Google. Now what we do does affect other search engines like Yahoo, like Bing, but Google is still the big boy on the block. I mean, literally 80% of all search engine traffic is still on Google. They continue to make their product better. They continue to get the best results. You're going to notice here there's a list of different types of customers, okay? What I advise people to do, you'll see this one right here. Can you guys see that Kintronic Security up there at the top? There's different ones. There's like a home security business here. They do commercial security. We have a solar power company here, animal removal, process server, swimming pool service, divorce and mediation, electrician, beauty schools, car dealerships, you name it. So you can see a real hodgepodge. The one thing we try to limit it to is we only try to work with 2 types of one business in a local area. Otherwise, we're competing against ourselves. There's only 10 spots on the first page, so we try to limit it to 2. So let's say, for example, that you're looking for the best solar company in Jacksonville. You could simply cut and paste that into Google, run your search, and you'll see a1asolar.com right up there at the top, which is the customer that we represent. Now, when they came on board, they were nowhere close to the first page. You might want to look for a security camera. And you can just cut and paste. Now, one thing a lot of people don't understand is Jacksonville and Jacksonville FL will get you different results. Jax will get you different results. Jacksonville in the front will get you different results. Adding an S will get you different results. What you're trying to do as a business owner with your website is to be on the first page for every conceivable combination. Jacksonville is great because I don't know if you guys know this, but everyone knows that we're the largest city land-wise, right? What a lot of people don't know is we're the 11th largest city population-wise. 11th. Out of every single city in this country, 11. That's amazing. That means Jacksonville encompasses a huge, large area. If you're in Orlando or you're in another area, you have to focus on all these other little pockets. But here, you're fortunate. You can just choose Jacksonville until you're ready to move on to St. Johns County or Orange Park or Middleburg or Jacksonville Beach. Okay? You'll notice also Kintronic Security right up there up top. So we can continue to go through and we can cut and paste different results here. And here's a good one. I had a guy who actually found me on the internet. They were looking for a search engine optimization company. They called me up, and it was the guy who runs Lucas Honda over on Blanding Boulevard. He was really upset because there's like 4 or 5 Honda dealerships in town. You know, Coggin Honda, Duval Honda. Well, he's like, you know, we're the oldest Honda dealership in the whole state, and we're nowhere to be seen. Well, what I liked about Lucas Honda was that his website was 10 years old. If a website's 10 years old, a domain's 10 years old, and it's not on page 1, I will knock it to the moon. It'll happen fast. Because what we do is we're building links to a website. That means we're taking other websites that are out there and we're linking them to your website. We do this 100 per keyword phrase per month. So if somebody like Lucas Honda, we're building 1,000 of these links by real people, not by a machine, by real people per month. What that does is it kind of gives them a quick kick and a quick push, and it pushes them forward to that first page. So the older the site, the better. So that's always a great prospect. But you'll notice, best Honda dealership, Orange Park, there's Lucas Honda. When we started, he wasn't there. You'll see some other different ones. Here's Kessler Creative is on here. So if you look for Direct Mail Jacksonville, and Kessler is another good example. They had a website that was right on point with what they were offering. They offered, what I'm saying is that what's on their website matched what people trying to search for. You don't want to try to trick the system. You want to try to keep the content as accurate as possible. So here's Kessler Creative right up here at the top. But we've also got them up towards Florida and a number of other search terms. Here's another one too. Now this one is really interesting. This is the lead that I got for First Coast Electric. Okay, Bob gave me this. This is actually the son of Billy Frick, who owns American Electric. And his site was, again, nowhere to be seen. And we focused it in on Master Electrician. And when you run that search, and I want to point out something to you guys. I keep my history. You have to reset your history on Google. Okay, if you're seeing yourself on the first page all the time and you haven't had any work done on your site, it's because you're always clicking on your site. Go reset the history, make sure it's accurate, okay? Because I have customers who call me up, they're like, hey, great job, we're on page 1. I'm like, no, you're on page 3. You need to go reset that, okay? So here we are, we ran Master Electrician Jacksonville. Kerry Frick shows up number 1, American Electrical shows up number 2. There's a couple of reasons. American Electrical is a lot older, okay? And if any conceivable search term related to electric, 2 minutes left, Bob is showing up right at the top of page 1. So what Bob's done and the team he's worked with are doing an excellent job. We focused in, we built links, but you're also going to notice here in the title description, Master Electrician Jacksonville FL, okay? We have control over that. You can make that title description match up with whatever the number 1 keyword is in your marketplace. We talked about this page 1 results. There's a lot of different results on here. We have a lot more stuff, but what I want to show you is what can happen, okay? One of my customers is Contronic Security, and when he came to us, these are the reports that we send out. He wanted us to focus on fire alarm systems Jacksonville, video surveillance systems Jacksonville, burglar alarms, etc., etc., etc. Well, he's been with us for a year now. We have not been targeting the same 10 keywords, the same 15 keywords for a year. We've targeted well over 100. So now this is maybe a couple weeks out of date, maybe a month out of date. These are a list of some of the key terms that we've optimized, 85% of which are on page 1. So Google, the number 1 search engine, you know what your market is, you know what your business is, you know what your competition is. If you can be on page 1 for every conceivable term, or at least most of them, you're going to tremendously increase your traffic. You're going to take it from getting a couple of 100 clicks a month to potentially a couple of 1,000. Lynn, who was here representing, remember Lynn from Pet World? You guys were here. She did a testimonial for me. She was an excellent example. She's got a great retail location. Her website's been around a long time. Her business has been around a long time. She's taken very good care of the people in the area. All she needed was that push. And now she's getting somewhere around 2,500 clicks per month. Is it 60 seconds still? Questions?
Thanks, Clint.
I got 2.
Do you not build websites? You just enhance existing websites?
We have a website page here. Okay, there's tons of websites on here. We build websites. This is one thing we won't do, is we won't just build a website. Okay, because with all of our clients, one of the reasons they come over to us is that if you're an SEO client and we're billing you monthly for our services, just like you would the phone book, we're going to make changes to your website at no charge. Okay, that's included. So if you need changes, you just let us know what they are and we'll update them for you. But there's a ton of different websites here. Again, we won't build it for you unless you're an SEO client. Any other question back here, James?
James? Oh, sorry about that. You just answered my question if you offer a monthly service, and then what type of price range are we talking? I know it's going to vary.
It does. I mean, I have customers who spend $300 a month, and I have customers who spend $1,400 a month. Okay, it really depends on the size of the program. Okay, but whether they're in Jacksonville or Ponte Vedra or New York City, the amount of same work goes into those keywords. So the prices don't change based on the competition of the market, but the results can. Is that it? Thank you.
Now that we know more about what